Right, ladies and gentlemen, we are here for Hughes Academy of Professional Wrestling, Humu Community Center, and our first match of the evening, Jackson Graves versus the Spartan. Jackson Graves has been making waves there with lately with the Hughes Academy fans. He's had wins against AJ Murtaugh and had a fairly good showing last month against Slim Kaiser. Unfortunately, walked out on the losing end of that one, but put up a hell of a good showing. But across the ring from him, well-travelled across New Zealand, well-travelled across the UK, is Spartan. As I said, Spartan well-travelled across New Zealand and the UK, bringing a lot of veteran knowledge, veteran instincts into this match. So Graves trying to get the crowd on his side, trying to hype himself up. Really, he's going to be he's really going to be one on his game tonight against a guy like Spartan. Spartan is not someone who makes mistakes often. But a little bit of show of respect there from Spartan, and Graves maybe cleverly a little bit cautious about grabbing Spartan's hand, but still shaking the hand there. And Spartan there straight away using his speed, his wrestling acumen to take Jackson straight to the mat. And that wasn't a maneuver designed to beat Graves. That was just a maneuver to let Graves know that Spartan, he can throw him around when he wants. And Spartan, a bit of a very fast guy, very strong, very tough guy. But one of the things people overlook a lot from him is his technical abilities. He is an excellent technical wrestler. And a lot of people expect Spartan to be the power guy, throwing hands, going for a spear early on in the match. But tell you what, if he gets you on the mat, he will technical the hell out of you and stop you getting to your feet. And we're seeing that right now. Spartan going straight for Jackson Graves' ankle. Spartan very clearly transitioning over to almost a Texas cloverleaf here. The pressure that has got to be on the knee of Jackson Graves there. And Spartan not just accepting the pressure that is being put on Jackson Graves' knee and his legs and his back, also wrenching the shoulder. I mean, the pain that Graves has got to be in, inched himself to the ropes. But I tell you what, if Graves had tapped out at that point, I don't think any of us would have judged him for that one. That was a painful submission hold. And the face of Spartan here, he is firmly in control of this match. He is asking for Jackson Graves' best. I mean, this is a very confident-looking Spartan that we're seeing here this afternoon. You see there when Jackson Graves hopped around the ring there, a little bit light on his feet. Maybe he's still feeling the pressure on that knee. And Jackson Graves very good at throwing kicks, throwing knees, very powerful with his lower body work. And Spartan targeting that area early on in the match. He's clearly done his homework. Jackson Graves there, understanding Spartan, if you can go to the technical game, I'm going to join you. Jackson Graves straight in there with a wrist lock of his own on Spartan, but Graves, again, the rookie in this match, sort of taking his eyes off the ball game there with Spartan, taunting to the crowd. Not the smartest maneuver to be making. You give Spartan an opening like that and he'll be taking it. And there it is, straight into the top wrist lock. Again, Jackson Graves on the mat. And the experience that Spartan has gained overseas and across the country coming into play in just a maneuver as simple as a top wrist lock. And Spartan is wrenching at the wrist, wrenching at the fingers, and driving his knee into the chin of Graves. So not only could Graves barely breathe at this point, could barely breathe, the pain he has got to be feeling in that arm. That's what I was talking about with technical knowledge of Spartan. Graves might have been expecting a different game out of Spartan here, and Spartan is showing if he wants to wrestle you to the mat, he's going to do it. But again, straight to the bottom rope. You notice there Spartan targeting a different body part. Went for the knee the first time, now going for the arm. I don't know if he's trying to beat Graves with these maneuvers or maybe just send a little bit of a message here, trying to get in his head and really showcase that, you know, he's the better technical wrestler out of the two. But Graves, very proud competitor, going straight into the test of strength. Again, Spartan using his technical abilities to get control of the maneuver. And this is really showing the rookie mistakes that Graves is making. He is playing straight into Spartan's hands. Spartan wants to wrestle a technical match tonight, and Graves is just letting him do it. And there we said the speed of Spartan, but Graves matching it both with an arm drag. Oh, Graves saw that coming straight with a Hurricanrana, and Graves firmly in control at this point. European uppercut that he's known for, but limping a little bit. Graves still feeling that maneuver. That maneuver early on in the match, but that running dropkick. Again, the rookie mistake by Jackson Graves, playing to the crowd, giving Spartan just a quick time to really take his breath. And as I said at the beginning there, you give Spartan an opening and he will take it. And straight back to that leg. I think Spartan saw Graves has hobbled a few times. He saw he's limped a few times from that initial Texas Cloverleaf maneuver. And Spartan going for almost an Indian deathlock at this point. And the pain Graves has got to be in this at this point in time in this maneuver. Right in the middle of the ring. There is nowhere to go. If Graves wants to get to the ring, to any of the ropes to break this hold, he's got to drag Spartan's entire body weight with him. And Spartan now transitioning to a single leg Boston Crab. Look at the face of Jackson Graves at the moment. He is in so much pain. His leg has got to be ripping itself to shreds. And at this point, really, do you just tap just to continue on your career? But Graves, again, getting straight to the bottom rope. Noticeably slower at this point. And Spartan straight on the offense, but Graves, there is no quitting this young man. Powered through those submission holds. And a little bit of, you're going to attack my knee, I'll attack yours with that running drop kick. But Spartan's still in the game. Graves, again, showing his rookie experience here at this point. He has Spartan on the ground. He has Spartan on the ropes at this point. Don't play to the crowd. Don't taunt Spartan. Just stay on the offense. And again, taunting to the crowd. Gave Spartan that little extra offense straight to the Fujiwara armbar. Spartan is playing a vicious technical game at this point. I don't know what limb he hasn't attacked at this point, but everything in Graves' body has got to be screaming in pain. Again, another one. If he wants to get to the ropes at this point, he's got to drag Spartan's entire body weight. And now Spartan transitioning from the Fujiwara into almost a modified chicken wing. Conan referee there noticing the almost chokehold. Spartan rolling into a modified chicken wing pin at this point. Only getting two, but Spartan we're seeing a vicious Spartan tonight. He is not letting Jackson Graves take a single breath. Tukan off that suplex, but Spartan, I think this is the first time we've seen him take a bit of a break in the match. We're seeing a much more vicious Spartan than we normally do at this point. Coming fresh off that win off the Hughes Academy tournament, maybe has really revitalized Spartan after a run of bad luck over the last couple of months. Going for the hair, kind of a maneuver you don't see often from Spartan. Maybe it fired Jackson Graves up. There's no quit in this man. Fighting back. Oh, and a vicious short arm clothesline. Normally it would get a little bit more speed on that European uppercut. Again, that leg hurting him. Oh, and a brainbuster right on the back of Spartan's head. See Spartan clutching the back of his head there. and a 2 count from Spartan. Really showing the toughness of that young man. You get picked up like that and have your entire body weight drop on the back of your own head. If you can even stand up after a maneuver like that, you're a tough man. If you can kick out, I don't know what to say. But Graves calling his shot here with an Oz cutter. Again, big rookie mistake by Graves there. Might be all well and good to call your maneuver nice and loud for the crowd, but it tells your opponent, and Spartan took straight advantage of that. An absolute vicious cannonball that was. I think the hip of Spartan went straight into the head of Jackson Graves with that. The whiplash was horrible. I think my neck hurts from just watching it. Spartan heading up for a... I don't know if he was going there for his normal Uchi-Goroshi that it was hit. Oh, but there we go with the cutter straight off the ropes. That has got to be it. Jackson Graves with a cutter out of nowhere. And oh! I thought I was going to be reaching for the ring bell at that point. Spartan barely getting his shoulder up. I think Spartan has thrown everything he can at Jackson Graves, and Jackson is still fighting back. And now calling for his big move, Ashes to Ashes, the modified DDT. Spartan saw that coming though, and picking him up straight away for this Uchi-Goroshi that he went for the back of Jackson Graves' head.
He did not. That looked painful.
Yeah, I'm just going to go fix the apron.
Yep. Ladies and gentlemen, what an absolutely vicious Spartan that we saw tonight. But what a competitor. Threw everything he had at Jackson Graves and still had it in him to respect him, give him a hug, and recognize the toughness of his younger opponent. Jackson Graves on the losing end tonight, but he threw everything he had. Threw everything he had at the Spartan. Came out on the losing end, but tell you what, Jackson Graves might be bruised, he might be battered, but he should be proud of that effort. Spartan, though, coming fresh off his Hughes Academy tournament win, has got to be feeling good. After a big statement win like that, what is next for the Spartan? He is only going up and up from here.
The other all walking. Well, there's no one there. The other thing's a road. And Hawkins is mine then. So the other Hawkins means the road of Hawkins. I'm going to lose on my road. I lose all my matches. No good. No good. But it's like when you go to kindergarten or you go to school for the very first time, you start learning that. If you don't put it all right,
Brain so I can sit here. But I didn't want you to be like, oh, now we've got Frankie.
I didn't know if you wanted me to or not.
This is my first time. So I've been a wrestler.
I assume he edits this, right?
Jeez, I hope so.
There's like a board that's about to snap.
Ooh, lovely.
Yeah.
Where Conan is. Yeah, it felt a bit spongy. No one should be working too much over there.
It's my open challenge, and I ask anybody who's keen to have a fight, anybody who's keen to have a little bit of a smack around, they come down proudly with their heads up, their eyes forward, and a fire in their chest. So, put that all being said, let's get to some punching. Darryl Hawkins was officially open. Who's it gonna be? Is it you?
Cockatee has been issuing this open challenge for a couple of months now. Hasn't been too successful. But coming out to open the challenge tonight, someone who is absolutely fearsome competitor. The Maniacs United Jackson Shield champion, Hybrid. Cockatee has had handicap matches, he has had title matches, he has had numerous different challenges thrown at him, but this one was an entirely different beast. The beast that is Hybrid. Hybrid, an absolutely fearsome competitor. Powerful, vicious, aggressive. And as much as a savage and a beast that he looks like, a man could wrestle and beat you.
Massive, hairy individual is. This fella builds himself at 6'3", weighs 125 kilograms, comes on all the way from Makaponi, calls himself the last punny fight. Give it up for Hybrid.
Cockatee feeling very confident tonight, saying he's going to go straight for the legs. But Hybrid, the well-experienced, well-travelled, a seasoned veteran of the New Zealand scene, he is an absolute vicious barbarian, both in singles and tag team competitor. But Cockatee is no slouch either. Both of these are big, strong men. But the initial exchange there, initial lockup, Hybrid getting the strength. Hybrid getting the strength advantage there, maybe over Cockatee. That's not something you see very often. Cockatee is a strong, strong man. Maybe trying to psych himself up here with the claps. Trying to build himself up. You don't know if you're feeling confident if you go for a guy like Hybrid. So if you've got any doubts, you have lost the match already. And again, Cockatee trying to psych himself up, but Hybrid muscling him back to the corner again. Hybrid there. Cockatee's the one that called out the open challenge, but it looks like Hybrid's the one itching for a fight here. Asking for Cockatee's best there. Looks like Hybrid's trying to get Cockatee into it as well. Tell you what, as much as he's a savage animal sometimes, Hybrid, he is a proud competitor, and he wants Cockatee's best if he's issuing this, or answering, I should say, this open challenge. It looks like Kokiri there trying to use his own power and muscle Hybrid back to the corner. And tell you what, Kokiri, sorry, I was going to say Hybrid getting muscled back anywhere is not something you see very often. Kokiri's clearly done his homework, dodging the double chaps there from Hybrid. And two big, strong men chopping the hell out of each other's chests. Both of these competitors extremely proud. Neither of them going to give up anything, but Kokiri seeing the futile effort at this point. Maybe trying to daze Hybrid there with a little bit of athleticism. Straight to the back of the head. And straight down. It is not often you see Hybrid off his feet in the first couple of minutes of a match. But if anyone is strong enough and big enough to do it, it is Kokiri. Kokiri again with the power. Hybrid off his feet a second time. Muscling Hybrid straight into the corner and following it up. Oh, but Hybrid saw that coming a mile away. Massive strike of his own. I think Hybrid there, the much more intelligent than people give him credit for, knew he had to leave his feet and use his entire body weight if he was going to take Kokiri down. And I think that clothesline really, I think it took the wind out of Kokiri. He is looking gasping for air, and he looks well surprised. Kokiri clearly didn't expect that power out of Hybrid. And Hybrid there, making him pay. Head straight into the top turnbuckle, clubbing blows to the back of the head. And that disrespectful slap, taking Kokiri back.
Come on! Cheer for Kokiri,
And Hybrid, those strikes of Hybrid that will take the wind out of you. They are powerful. And look at that, one massive double-headed strike, and Kokiri is off his feet. Hip attack straight into the corner, the whiplash. The back of Kokiri's neck's got to be feeling from that. But Kokiri kicking out of one. Hybrid having to really muscle him down to even get him into a pinning predicament. Kokiri, though, getting vocal. He's clearly feeling it. Trying to recover, grabbing at the ropes there. I think Kokiri's mind is a little bit more into it this than his body is. He's clearly moving a lot slower after the beating he's been taking. Hybrid there going for his big finish there, that spinning neck breaker. Kokiri again has clearly done his homework here, blocking that move. Kokiri reversing the maneuver, but Hybrid doing anything he can do to get out of what was coming. And again, that clubbing blow, Hybrid strikes. Tell you what, Hybrid just needs to start punching until the twitching stops, and that's how he wins matches half the time. And Kokiri there, clutching at his ankle and gripping at his boot. I don't know if he's feeling a bit of an ankle injury from those stomps Hybrid just did to his foot. And Hybrid's a strong guy. If he stomps you wrong on the toe or there's a lot of small bones in your foot, he stomps you wrong and you could easily break your foot. And Hybrid now seeing that weakness, sensing that weakness, going straight for the foot and the ankle. Almost biting now. I tell you what, I've said Hybrid's a good technical wrestler. I've said he's a strong wrestler, but he is always a savage. Hybrid's, Kokiri, I should say, they're still clutching at his boot. I think he might have broken his foot on some of those stomps, and Hybrid is not letting up. Kokiri here, maybe doing the wise thing, trying to get that boot off before his foot swells up. But I tell you what, the really wise thing might be giving up at this point. It is very hard to win a match if you can't stand. It is even harder to win one against Hybrid. Kokiri, though, as he said, the open challenge, the road of warriors, he is fighting back. Tell you what, as much as I would quit with a broken foot, Kokiri, a better man than I, still fighting back to Hybrid. But as soon as he puts any weight on that right leg, Cockedy is down. He is clutching at his ankle. These two men now, big, strong, proud competitors, trading shots one another. I think Cockedy's running on adrenaline at this point if he's able to put any weight on that foot. And Cockedy using his strength, getting Hybrid up straight with an atomic drop, but all of the weight of Hybrid straight onto that injured foot of Cockedy. And Cockedy has got to be in so much pain at this point. Even that strike looking a little bit weak there from Cockedy. Maybe the strength being absolutely sapped out of him. And as soon as Cockedy tried to put any weight on that foot, lifting Hybrid off the ground, his leg collapsing straight out underneath him. If you have any weakness against a guy like Hybrid, he will make you pay for it. And that shot block that he delivered to Cockedy really showed that. But Hybrid now really locking in this submission hold that he calls the Maui's hook, and he has won matches after matches after matches with this maneuver. I don't know if Cockedy's got it in him to tap, but he might have to tap to avoid being knocked unconscious with this maneuver. Konnan checking on Cockedy, checking on Cockedy's consciousness. 3 of those arms drop, and we might see a match over. Hybrid utilizing that Maui's hook maneuver, almost a modified Taz mission to choke out another competitor. I don't think Cockedy actually maybe even knows that he's lost the match. I think Konnan's having to move him out of the ring. And oh, Hybrid, come on, the match is over. What are you doing? The match is over. You don't need to parade him around like a trophy. Oh, is there? Maybe a rare show of respect there from Hybrid, really recognizing the fight in Cockedy. And what a fight it was. Cockedy maybe have broken his foot and still fought back against Hybrid, and Hybrid feeling good after that. He is Hybrid, the proud, powerful competitor, recognizing the offense of Cockedy. Ladies and gentlemen, what a contest we have for us tonight. Kartik only recently returning to the ring from an injury. Only recently returning to the injury from an injury last month at the Hughes Academy tournament, getting through the first round by beating Hybrid, falling at the second round against the Phoenix Stallion, and maybe Kartik looking to regain that loss. Remind the Hughes Academy fans, remind wrestling fans around New Zealand who he is and how good he is. And if you want to make a statement, a guy like Bobby Wishart, who has been winning matches up and down this country in both tag team and singles competitors, he is someone to make a statement against. One half of the flavor, Bobby Wishart, is a well-traveled competitor. Only a year or two into his wrestling career. And the guy is wrestling matches almost every weekend. Learning from the best, wrestling from the best. Very experienced competitor in his young career as Bobby Wishart. And we can see that straight away. Kartik trying to utilize his technical knowledge and his experience over Bobby, but Bobby clearly learned a few counters in his couple of matches in his first year or two. Kartik straight away with the headlock though, remaining in firm control of Bobby. Bobby Wishart maybe they're trying to get Kartik into the ropes to try and push him off this headlock. Kartik having absolutely none of it. Bobby there transitioning that headlock into a bit of a wrist lock, but Kartik straight out of it, straight back into that headlock. And so, well, you're not going to win a match with a headlock, but you're certainly going to get in your opponent's head. You're certainly going to throw them off their game by doing something like that constantly. I tell you what, there where Bobby Wishart tried to throw Kartik off the headlock at the ropes. Kartik showing him exactly how that maneuver's done. And meeting Bob, I don't know if Kartik there was going for a bit of a hip toss, but Kartik countering straight out of it with a Bobby Wishart countering it with a pin. Kartik going straight into a pin of his own. But Kartik, he might have taken a year off with an injury, but he knows his way around a ring. He knows how to wrestle, know exactly where the ropes was. And if you don't have to kick out of a pinning maneuver by kicking out, you conserve your energy just by sticking your foot out. A lot easier. Kartik there recognizing Bobby's ability, or maybe suckering him in. Bobby the rookie at this point really shouldn't be giving Kartik openings like that, but Kartik reminding Bobby exactly how competitive he is, exactly how experienced he is. But Bobby showing off his talent, his speed of his own with that running drop, that little drop kick. Bobby calling his shot here, maybe Kartik trying to get to his breath, get to his feet, get his breath back. But Kartik clearly saw that one coming, in control of Bobby once again. And Bobby making him pay for talking to the crowd there and taking a little bit too long to throw Bobby in that corner. And trading strikes back and forth. Bobby getting the one-upsmanship on that one, going straight for the top rope. I don't know if we see a crossbody at this point. Oh, and a crossbody straight to Kartik. Bobby with that flying crossbody maneuver on the Kartik, using his entire body weight to take down the more experienced competitor. Bobby there, a bit of a monkey flip onto Kartik. Trying to use his speed and athleticism to really stay on top of the more experienced competitor. And again, Bobby, that crossbody maneuver, he managed to catch Kartik with this. Maybe going exactly to what worked last time, to the top rope. Kartik saw that one coming though. It's going to be hard for Bobby to get his breath back after landing like that on that metal turnbuckle. Kartik has got as much time as he wants to argue with that referee, because I don't know, ladies and gentlemen, if you've crossed yourself on a piece of metal like that before, it takes you a while before you can see, let alone get your breath back. And Kartik here, deciding what he wants to do, calling for and maybe a suplex. A superplex right off the top. I think that might have hurt Kartik just as much as it did Bobby. But Bobby has taken a lot more offense in this match. Kartik just trying to maybe recover himself after that maneuver. Not being able to take advantage of the superplex, but if Bobby is off your case and he's slowed down Bobby, that's certainly a worthwhile maneuver. But Bobby and Kartik both back to their feet. I know Bobby thought he was going to trade strikes there, that disrespectful slap. And now neither of these guys respecting each other, just slapping the taste out of each other's mouth. But Kartik not having any of it, going straight to the strikes. Oh, and that vicious back body drop right onto Bobby. Bobby landing really high on his back at that point. Oh, and it's following it up with a senton. If that back body drop didn't wind Bobby Wishart, that senton sure as hell did. Following up with that heart punch. But Kartik there maybe showing a little bit of ring rust at that point, pinning Bobby that close to a ropes. Very unusual mistake there from Kartik. And Kartik at this point, he's normally a much smarter competitor at this point. Oh my God. The referee is distracted with Kartik's antics. I don't know if we just saw a mule kick there by oh my God, another one. Maybe Kartik didn't catch the whole thing right there, but a second mule kick. What a disgusting low blow there by Kartik on a Bobby. Oh my God, and Kartik there calling his shot against Frankie Quinn. I went and checked on Bobby there. He seems to be okay, but after this absolute beating there from Kartik, but hitting the ring there, clearly he's seen enough from Kartik. A Spartan. Very proud, very honorable competitor. He is not going to be happy with Kartik coming back, trying to call a shot at maybe a title that Spartan feels is honorably his. He's not going to be happy with Kartik trying to jump the queue. Oh, we're seeing here again, hybrid here. We saw him, he's an absolute savage animal. He sees a fight, he is going for it. Jackson Graves hitting the ring at this point now. I don't know what is going on, but Konnan needs to take control at this point. Cockedy following it up at this point.
you guys seem to have a bunch of problems, you can get it out of your systems after the intermission. So after intermission, between Hybrid, Copley, Graves, Gartic, Spartan, and Wishart, we will have a 6-way elimination match. You set one who's coming in, sign out after intermission. 6 of you. If I can introduce J.T. Hall.
This one. Oh, no, can you hear me? Oh, yeah. Is this clear? Yeah? This is cool? Yes. Thank you. Alright, fake 6 man match was made right before the break, so I won't waste your time. I just want to be clear about how things are going to go down at Hughes Academy for the foreseeable future. I'll keep racing time, sorry, Lance. Yeah, this is tough, bro. Yeah, I was jumped, okay? I was about to compete in a SID tournament for a cup, I think Spartan won, and they beat me up. Not a fan of that. So I've been going through the evidence, yeah? I've been looking at the little notes and things of that nature. I've had my little magnifying glass come in that I left backstage before I came out here. It's time to bring it out, that'd be great. Speaking of Tommy Fusion, there were 8 suspects. Number 1 is my best friend. Yeah, I know, heartbreaking, yeah? So let's not waste any more time. Tommy, get out of here! Let's make some noise! For about a year. I'm not sure who was training the rest, but he's real cute. Tommy Fusion has won the Pure of Heart Senior Cup and he's won the APW Championship.
Did do that, that was pretty cool.
He did do it. He won the APW Championship about himself. Does that sound like something that someone guilty would do? It doesn't?
It does. It doesn't.
It does? What up? I don't know. It doesn't. He's come out here wearing the JT Hero shirt you can purchase at some website. Show the people. Show the people. Show the people. What a kiss-ass, interjected. I doubt that was a genuine gesture. I think you were trying to make it look like you are not guilty, when in fact you are. And if you were trying to kiss us, you'd buy my shirt, eh? You'd buy my shirt, right? You would go to deathmatchreaper.com right now and make purchase. I think you would. All jokes aside, I legitimately got I've irrigated this, I've costochondritis, none of this is work, this is actually, I actually am Superman. So Tom, I need to know, okay? You're my best friend, and I'm a horrible detective. I don't have a jacket or a hat, or pants, or a notebook, or any real evidence. Tom, I need you to be honest with me. Did you attack me?
That I attacked JT Hollow? You're my best friend in this business. We are a big adventure, but I did not attack JT Hollow.
You think he helped?
He wasn't the original attacker. I think he helped.
Tom, did you help the original detective?
Counter evidence. I'm not smart enough to get a plan.
Ladies and gentlemen, I need you to understand. For the shows moving forward, if you are here, and I hope you are, I'm going to need a co-detective. And my heart says I'd like to accept Tommy Fusion as my co-detective, but my brain says nothing he's saying makes any sense and he attacked me. So I'm either going to punch him as hard as I can in his face right now, or I'm going to hug him. Were you doing an essay? What was the subject? Deathmatchreaper.com. Thank you. Thank you. You can actually buy that one on the website, though. Oh. So maybe it's you. Yeah. Tom's a liar? I've never seen that shit before.
He's advertising something you can't buy.
That's a knockoff. Which means
So he's taking all money.
it's JT Hollow. I'm JT Hollow. It's
competitor.
And ladies and gentlemen, there we're seeing a straightaway six-man elimination match. All of these members in the first half of the show there in their individual matches, but Bobby Wishart straight away, as soon as that bell rang, straight to Jackson Graves, and Cockatoo and Hybrid squaring off in the ring now. Cockatoo was beaten. Oh my God. Eliminated from the match is Hybrid. Ladies and gentlemen, we are in for a fat start here. Cockatoo there trying to get a little bit of payback there on Hybrid. A running dropkick there took Hybrid by surprise, and Cockatoo has eliminated the first member of the match, which is potentially one of the most dangerous members of the match. And to be honest, I think this is Cockatoo's best move there, was eliminating a competitor like Hybrid. He's got that injured leg. Cockatoo will be trying to eliminate fit people as fast as possible. The more time he has to put on that broken foot, the worse it's going to get for him. And Cockerill there taking out 3 competitors with that running cannonball. But the one competitor who avoided that move in the ring is potentially now the most dangerous man in this match, is Spartan. Coming off a victory in the first half there against Jackson Graves. Spartan, a very, very aggressive competitor tonight, going straight for that injured foot of Cockerill. And Cockerill there weathering those heavy strikes from Spartan. On the outside of the ring there, Jackson Graves with Bobby Wishart, sending him straight into the corner of the ring, setting Bobby up for something on the seats, I think. Bobby Wishart taking firm control there, giving Jackson Graves a taste of his own medicine. There was Bobby Wishart with a bit of a chop of his own. In the ring there, Spartan and Cockerill trading heavy strikes with each other, one after another. Both of these men, strong competitors. We're seeing Bobby Wishart there laying those strikes, laying those chops against Jackson Graves. And Jackson, after one heck of a beating from Spartan in the first half of the show, has got to be feeling every single one of those chops. And Bobby there following it up, barely giving Jackson a chance to breathe. Following it up with stomp straight to the chest. And we saw in the ring there, Cockerill taking Spartan down with a massive Samoan drop. We might have a second elimination there, but Spartan powering out at 2. Cockerill there, now in firm control of Spartan. Spartan fighting straight back. Oh, a jumping knee straight under the chin of Cockerill. But Kartik, who I haven't seen fighting in this match yet, I think he was hiding on the corner of the ring there, taking Spartan straight from behind. And both of these two guys, Spartan and Kartik, I should say, sorry, they are very well familiar with each other. They have wrestled and trained together for a number of years. But this is a more experienced Spartan that we've seen for a long time, and I think we're seeing a much more violent and vicious Kartik than we've ever seen in a while as well. He has really taken the kid gloves off. Sending Spartan straight into that top turnbuckle, nose first. I tell you what, that's a thin layer of padding with a metal bolt underneath it. That padding doesn't do an awful lot if you're going nose first into that. And Spartan's eyes are going to be watering at this point. It's going to make him struggle to breathe, and Bobby taking Kartik down and making him pay for taking his eye off the ball. Bobby Wishart there losing to Kartik in the first half after a disgusting low blow from Kartik. He is making him pay, but Spartan is in this match to win it. Maybe looking for a suplex there, but Bobby straight away with a suplex of his own, bringing Spartan down. And now it looks like all men of the 5 men remaining in this match are down, but Bobby first to his feet. I tell you what, that is going to be big. If you are first to your feet and all men are down, you've got your pick of the litter on who you want to go for and who you want to see if you can pin. And it looks like Bobby has decided Kartik is the weaker of them. But Kartik may have been playing possum at that point, looking for almost a cartwheel pin. Now, that was a bit of a rookie mistake there from Jackson Graves. I mean, Kartik could have allowed Kartik to eliminate Bobby Wishart and then gone to pin Kartik straight afterwards. Breaking up a pinfall in an elimination match might not have been the smartest thing to be doing. But Graves calling a shot with a nasty DDT straight to the top of Kartik's head. But Graves maybe a little bit slower, taunting to the crowd. Should have really followed up with Kartik there, allowing Kartik to roll out of the ring. And Bobby Wishart, the only man still standing in this ring. Remember, pinfalls of submissions have to be inside the ring. You can do as much as you want, damaging your opponents outside, but you can't beat them out there. You've got to beat them inside the ring. And it looks like Bobby Wishart and Jackson Graves maybe forming a bit of an impromptu alliance at this point, trying to eliminate Kartik, the more experienced of a lot of the competitors here. Oh! And Jackson Graves coming out of nowhere there, using Bobby Wishart for leverage with a cutter straight onto Kartik. Almost using Kartik's momentum against him for that. But Bobby Wishart with a backstabber right on Jackson Graves. I guess that short-lived alliance really was short-lived, but Spartan out of nowhere with a spear. That has got to be it for Bobby Wishart. 2, 3. Bobby Wishart has been eliminated. And Jackson Graves straight to ashes, his finish. That modified DDT on a Spartan. We might have another elimination at this point. Spartan has been eliminated. And Jackson Graves there saying, you fooled me once with taking his eye off the prize, but you're not going to fool me a second time. As soon as Spartan was up from that pinfall, straight away with that modified DDT, the ashes to ashes. And now we have got Jackson Graves in his rookie year. We have got Cockedy with a broken foot and Kartik. This match has got to be Kartik's to win. He is more experienced. He is probably the fresher of all three of these men. And he has got one hell of an attitude to him nowadays. It looks like Cockedy had... I don't know if they're of Graves and Kartik maybe we're looking to make an alliance now, but Cockedy cutting them off before they could shake the hand on that deal. And maybe Kartik's got the experience on all these men, but Cockedy easily has the size, and he is manhandling the two of them, using his size easily to his advantage. But both of these men have to know Cockedy has a potentially broken foot. So that has got to be an absolute bullseye on that foot. And look at Cockedy there, limping across the ring. He is delivering offense as powerfully as he can, but every time he puts weight on that leg, he is feeling it. As much as Cockedy has tried to take time out of this match to try and recover himself, let the men fight amongst themselves, he is still feeling that ankle. And Graves there and I was going to say Graves there and Kartik potentially working together, but that did not last long. That was a vicious super kick from Kartik. Jackson Graves might be unconscious after that kick. I don't know if Kartik, that might have been a bit of a mistake sending him out of the ring. He could have quite easily pinned Graves and eliminated him. But Kartik looking like he wants to take out the bigger of the two competitors. Looking to take out Cockedy. And remember, it's no disqualifications. If Kartik wants to sit here and choke out Cockedy in the corner, he can do it all day. And Kartik now working the body of Cockedy, trying to really slow him down, take that breath out of him. Using his entire body weight to really drive the breath out of Cockedy here. And if you want to beat a big man like this, winding him will go a long way to doing it. And using those stomps on the chest, using his entire body weight to push the air out of Cockedy will do a long way. If you can't, no matter how big you are, if you can't breathe, you can't win a match. Kartik there, maybe thinking he had taken Jackson Graves out of the match a little bit more than he had, with a vicious German suplex to Kartik. And now it looks like this match is Jackson Graves to win. I think both of these men have realized there Kartik is not a man to be trusted. And we might be seeing Graves and Cockedy working together. And Jackson sending Cockedy straight into Jackson Graves. Oh, and a vicious double team maneuver using the height and power of Cockedy to take out Kartik right into a cutter. We've got to have an elimination at this point. Oh, but Kartik's up again. How in the heck did he kick out of that maneuver? And if we're going to look at the tactics there, Jackson Graves forced Cockedy to pick up, I didn't force him, but encouraged him to pick up Kartik. Remember, Cockedy has a broken foot. If he's picking up the entire body weight of Kartik and throwing him, that is going to put more pressure on that leg and more pressure on that broken foot. But Cockedy, a strong, proud competitor. Graves wanting to trade shots with Cockedy might not be the smartest thing in the world. Jackson Graves is a proud competitor, and trading shots with a guy bigger than you might not be the best battle tactic. And we are seeing the results of that tactic with a nasty headbutt to the back of Graves' head. I don't know if the camera's picking it up, but Graves looks out of it. His eyes look like he's closed. Cockerill there, trying to pick up Jackson Graves, trying to pick up Graves, and that foot giving away. Foot giving away straight away, followed up with a running knee. And obviously Cockerill wants to win this match, but we were going to have an elimination there from that running knee. Cockerill obviously wants to win this match, but if he can't pick up another competitor to slam him and really utilize his strength advantage, he's going to have a hard time eliminating a guy with the fight of Jackson Graves and the experience of Kartik. And Graves, he senses blood in the water at this point, senses the weakness in Cockerill, but Cockerill straight up, running drop kick straight into Jackson Graves. Jackson Graves has been eliminated. Ladies and gentlemen, we are down to Cockerill and Kartik. And if you notice that, and throwing Jackson Graves out of the ring, you could hear him land. There was no need for that, Kartik. But I don't know if you saw that running dropkick that eliminated Graves. Cockerill hit that with the injured foot. So while he's eliminated another competitor, he has done additional damage to his own foot. And Kartik is a smart enough competitor to smell blood in the water, sense the injury, and target it. And now he's going for the knee with those vicious kicks that Kartik is known for. Oh my God, and Cockerill taking full advantage of that no DQ rule with giving Kartik a taste of his own medicine with a vicious low blow. And Kartik has not recovered from that. Doesn't matter how slow Cockerill hobbles across the ring with that broken foot. Kartik is struggling to recover, but recover he does. Cockerill's head straight into the top turnbuckle, but he saw that coming from Kartik. And again, that Claymore running dropkick. It has eliminated 2 men from this match now. Are we seeing a third? Eliminated again is Kartik, making the winner of the match and last man standing, Cockerill! And Cockerill, one hell of a fight. He eliminated 3 competitors from this match. Eliminated Hybrid in the first few seconds. Eliminated Jackson Graves and eliminated Kartik, all with that running dropkick. And all with a potentially broken foot. Cockerill has been on the road of warriors. He has been doing his open challenge now for a couple of months. Been on the losing end a number of times. But it looks like all of that experience, all of that knowledge he has gained, he has put that to good use, beating 5 other very well seasoned, very well traveled, and very well educated competitors. The last man standing in this 6-man match. Cockerill, a very proud competitor. And Cockerill looking to celebrate with the crowd there. What an inspiration this man is. Struggling to walk, but even struggling to walk, Cockerill is still standing under his own power and walking out. He has got to be the toughest man alive, walking out with a broken foot like that. But ladies and gentlemen, it is time for your main event.
supporting the field. Getting his first ever shot at the Hughes Academy Championship. Ladies and gentlemen, this is Dorian Weber! And to my right, the champion. All right. She is the inaugural, the reigning and defending Hughes Academy Champion. Representing Auckland's North Shore, this is Frankie What is up?
What is up for you Dorian hips out there? Look, I know we're all busy people and we've got places to be in fact. I've got somewhere to be late tonight, so I figured I'd save time by giving my acceptance speech for this championship right now. So if you guys can just bear with me, I've got a few acceptance speech. Okay? First of all, I'd like to thank my lawyer who unfortunately can't be here tonight because that celebrity did that thing again. Secondly, I'd like to thank Almighty Above, King of Kings, Champion of Champions, myself! That's right, because that's all I need! I just need Ryan to win this honor! And that's it! Alright, so now let's make it is for you to give some out. Come on, the loyalists.
Ladies and gentlemen there, sorry I'm late to the commentary desk. Looks like we're up to our first fall immediately. And the first fall goes to Frankie Quinn. Ladies and gentlemen, barely able to get to my commentary desk there. Dorian Weber thinking he's very much in favor of winning this championship. And he's the favorite. Looking to secure himself the belt before the match even started. Frankie Quinn making him pay though. And in going for our second fall there, Dorian Weber. And I tell you what, when I was in the ring doing introductions, I was looking at Dorian Weber as he made his way to the ring. And normally we see Dorian giving smiles and being goofy and playing mind games with people. But he has such a serious look on his face. Dorian Weber, and I was going to say, we're maybe seeing a different Dorian Weber, who's dropping the mind games, going back to the Dorian Weber that won him matches for 3 years in a row. But now we're seeing Dorian. Now we're seeing Dorian play the mind games, the antics that have been winning him matches lately. And Dorian, not someone you want to take your eyes off. As I said, he comes out playing goofy, really trying to throw you off the game with his antics. And as soon as you leave an opening for him, like Frankie just did, putting her head through the ropes, he will take full advantage of that. But Frankie, not a competitor you want to be taking lightly. Using her experience, getting that first fall of the match so quickly. But she is well-versed and competed against opponents who are bigger and stronger than she is. And Dorian Weber certainly has the size and strength over Frankie. This is the kind of match that Frankie is used to wrestling. So while we see Dorian Weber in control here, Frankie is not someone you want to take lightly. And I think Dorian Weber knows this. He did his little antics. He took Frankie by surprise. He got the upper hand, and now he is trying to grind her into the mat using this chin lock. But Frankie fighting back, and Dorian taking full advantage of every situation he can, pulling the hair of Frankie Quinn to try and get her down. Barely letting Frankie get her breath back, stomps to the gut. But Frankie fighting back every chance she gets. Dorian, a strike right to the middle of the back. And that's not something you see often. Right to the middle of that spine. And that can send shooting pains all around your body. Dorian has clearly started getting in a little bit of extra offense into his arsenal than he normally does. 2 European uppercuts. And again, driving Frankie down to the ring and almost using a Tower of London submission hold on the top of that elbow. And the pressure that this move puts on your tricep, on your shoulder, and on your elbow is absolutely brutal maneuver. Dorian Webber has clearly been doing his homework. He has clearly been training in the lead up to this match. He's understanding Frankie Quinn's speed and athleticism and her ability to counter out of any situation is what wins her matches. So he is just keeping her on the mat, keeping her grounded, really wrenching on that tricep. And guys, and if you remember guys like Johnny Saint and guys like the guy from the Grizzled Young Vets, I'm forgetting his name, they have used that maneuver to the full advantage. It's very hard to get out of, but if anyone can, it's Frankie Quinn with a modified bulldog at that point, a wheelbarrow bulldog, only getting 2 out of Dorian Webber. Dorian Webber, a man that you don't want to be taking lightly. He is tougher than he looks, and he is a lot smarter than he lets people realize, I think. Frankie, I know Dorian there was going for a suplex. Countering out of it, another unique offense we're seeing out of Dorian, almost a modified neck breaker. The winner of the second fall, Dorian Webber. We have got 1 fall to Frankie Quinn and 1 fall to Dorian Webber. We are now in sudden death in this match. That modified neck breaker, I have never seen that out of Dorian Webber before. He has come to this match to win a title belt, and he has come with new offense. But look at Webber there, clutching his ribs. He has been feeling all of those strikes that Frankie's been targeting in on those ribs. And a lot of Frankie's offense really focuses on the midsection and focuses on the torso. And if... Oh, and Dorian there, trying to use a tactic that has won a lot of people falls against Frankie, is just rushing her as fast as she can. But that drop toe hold maneuver, Dorian Webber's head straight into the turnbuckle. And that's what I said, ladies and gentlemen. Frankie Quinn's offense and maneuverability really being targeted at the midsection. Double knee straight into the chest of Webber. Webber looked out of it after that shot to the top turnbuckle. And if he was barely conscious after that, those knees have driven the wind out of Dorian. He could barely defend himself after those. Frankie Quinn, I think, has learned that Dorian Webber is utilizing some new tactics that he's not utilized before. And she is not letting up on Webber at this point, really on the offense. This modified armbar. Almost a modified crossface there. Wrenching on, you've got the abdominal side really being stretched with Frankie locking in that arm. She is wrenching the head, doing a lot of damage to the shoulder muscle, the trapezoid, and the neck. This is a painful, painful submission hold, and you can see that. Dorian screaming in pain, using all the strength he has to muscle Frankie out with a vicious backbreaker. And I think Dorian maybe has sensed a weakness there. We saw him giving strikes right to the middle of the back there of Frankie Quinn, going straight for a backbreaker. And if he keeps that up on the spine of Frankie, she is going to be feeling her legs weaken. She is going to be feeling her arms go numb. Her fingers are going to go numb. It does a lot of damage to your extremities. An offense like that, straight to the spine. Dorian Webber. He is doing less of his antics in this match, and we are seeing a much more vicious and more violent Dorian than we ever saw before. And wrenching on that shoulder on the ropes, and then almost a kick right to the face as Frankie sort of fell forward. That was a vicious, vicious maneuver. But I tell you what, Dorian still can't help himself. Has to play to the crowd. Has to play games. Frankie trying to Dorian trying to muscle Frankie up to that top rope. Maybe looking for a superplex. Something that we saw Kartik use for great efficiency against Bobby Wishart earlier in the night. Frankie, though, clearly has been watching the show, clearly been doing her homework, fighting straight out of this move. She knows very well the damage that this could be done. Oh, but driving Dorian. He's a tall man, so his height straight onto that top turnbuckle and then falling to the floor. The back of his head slamming off that mat, that will take it out of you. The fact that Dorian has his eyes open is a testament to his toughness, let alone the fact that he just kicked out of that maneuver. The front of his head onto the turnbuckle, the back of his head on the mat, that was vicious. And something we haven't seen from Frankie. While Dorian's bringing new offense into this match, it looks like Frankie is as well. Oh, and Frankie setting those strikes, stunning Dorian against those ropes and that vicious chops. While Dorian's tangled up, he can't defend himself. Oh my God! I don't know what that was, but pulling Frankie Quinn into a boot of his own. Ladies and gentlemen, I thought we were just about to see a new champion. I'm stunned after that. That big boot maneuver, almost a short arm big boot, where Dorian pulled Frankie Quinn, using her momentum and his strength against her. And again, Dorian going for the midsection, going for the spine and the ribs and the shoulder of Frankie. Dorian has sensed a weakness, and he is targeting that weakness with ruthless efficiency. And Dorian using his strength, pulling Frankie up to her feet, calling his shot there, but Frankie, if you're going to call your shot against a person like Frankie Quinn, don't do it out loud, because she'll hear you and take full advantage with a sliced bread, a maneuver she has won match after match. This has got to be it, ladies and gentlemen. Your winner and still News Academy champion, Frankie Quinn. And what an absolute battle from these two. Dorian Weber, something that a lot of opponents take lightly. And I think Frankie might have done that at the beginning of this match, really, letting Dorian's antics get into her head. But the experience, the speed, the athleticism, the wrestling know-how of Frankie Quinn coming out on top. And since winning that belt, the inaugural Hughes Academy Championship, Frankie Quinn has been unbeatable. Frankie has faced bigger opponents, faster opponents, opponents who utilize mind games, and no one has been able to wrench that belt from her grip. I don't know who will be able to take that belt off Frankie,